Hello everybody and welcome to the first broadcast of the show Aroung the RFL, where each week we'll be doing a recap of the happenings of the realistic football league. Now please note that this show is done quote unquote in character. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Anthony Antonelli, and I am your RFL commissioner. And I think today, being that this is the first broadcast, I think we're going to keep it simple, because simple is usually better, right? What I'm going to do today is simply give you who I think is going to win each division and why. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with, Let's start with my division, the AFC North. The Browns are the hot topic of this division, but the Browns, the Stains, have not won their division since 1989. 89! That's so long ago that the AFC North was actually called the AFC Central. That's so long ago that the Oilers were in Houston and in this division. That's so long ago that the Ravens did not even exist. So yeah, it's been a long time. Now there's no question that Cleveland has been the hype of the offseason. Can the likes of Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham, Myles Garrett, etc. deliver on those lofty expectations? Are the Browns really going to the Super Bowl? Shit, can the Browns even win this tough division? Because just 2 years ago, they were 0-16. I think they can, and they get my vote as the early favorites to win this division. I expect them to finish at 11-5, followed by my Pittsburgh Steelers and their revamped defense to finish second at 10-6, followed by your assistant commissioners Ravens at 8-8, and the Bungholes finishing dead last at 5-11. Now let's look at the AFC South. Either the Texans or the Colts have won the AFC South in 9 of the last 10 seasons. And headed into this season, the tough choice in the division is going to be once again between these two teams in determining which one is going to finish on top. Houston won the division last season for the third time in the last 4 years, and they did so behind a healthy Deshaun Watson and a defense that features J.J. Watt and Mr. Sack Machine Clowney. But let's remember that it was the Colts who upset the Texans last year in the playoffs. So I think that trend continues. I see the Colts winning this division with an 11-5 record. The Texans finished in second at 8-8, followed by the Titans at 5-11, and the Jaguars at 4-12. Now let's move on to the AFC East. Duh. Who am I going to pick? I'm picking the two GOATs. I'm picking the true killer bees in Brady and Belichick. The Patriots last season made it 10 consecutive AFC titles. I'm going to say that again. The Pats won this division for the past 10 years. 10! And what did they do last year? They won yet another Super Bowl. 7! They're a fucking machine. And yes, I know we have new coaches in this league, but man, Belichick, he's like a computer, and a good one at that. Yeah, I'm picking the Pats to win this division with a 14-2 record, followed by the Jets at 9-7, the Bills at 5-11, and the Finns, who I believe is the worst team in the league, will be lucky if they win 2 games. on to the AFC West. In my opinion, the AFC West was the featured division last year as it hosted two of the league's best teams who battled it out the whole entire season. And I don't expect that to be any different this year, but eventually, because of Mahomes, the Chiefs will edge out the Chargers. The Chiefs and the Chargers finished with the same record of 12-4 last season, but both of them ended up falling short of their dreams going to the Super Bowl by the same foe, the Patriots. This is a two-team race because I don't expect anything out of the Raiders, nor do I expect anything out of the Broncos. My prediction, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs get the nod at 14-2, followed by the Chargers at 11-5. Then the Raiders and the Broncos take up the rear as both finish at 5-11. Now on to the NFC North. The Bears traded for Khalil Mack last season. And when that happened, it tilted the balance of power in the NFC North in their favor. And Chicago ended up winning the division for the first time since 2010. They won it behind quarterback Mitch Trubisky. But in the playoffs, they experienced a heartbreaking loss to the Philadelphia Eagles in the wild card round. But this team has playoff experience now and will definitely be back in the mix with other Super Bowl contenders. The Bears begin the NFL's 100th season against the Packers, two of the oldest storied franchises this league has ever seen, and it's going to be on a Thursday night season opener. Two NFC powerhouses, a game that despite being at just the first week of the season can have major playoff implications. Now, as good as the Bears are, they don't have the two-time NFL MVP Aaron Rodgers. And if this division isn't tough enough, we have the Purple People Eaters sitting in the mix, ready to stir things up. Oh, and let's not sleep on the Lions. They're up and coming. And you know what? I'm going to predict a losing record for the Lions. But I tell you what, you put them in another division, and they can easily win 9 games. So yeah, I talked about the Bears a lot, but let's look at the quarterbacks. Put simply, the Bears don't have Aaron Rodgers, the Packers do. So I predict the Packers to win this division with a 12-4 record, followed by the Bears at 11-5, the Vikings at 9-7, and the Lions at 5-11. Now on to the NFC South. This is another tough division. It features the Saints, who made a deep playoff run last year, only to have the game stolen from them by the refs. So they are the real deal. And as for the Falcons, or the Panthers, well, they shouldn't surprise anybody anymore. And the Buccaneers, even though there's a coaching transition, have enough talent to make some noise of their own. This is a tough division to predict, but I have to go with the defending champions, New Orleans Saints, as the favorites to win what could be its 3rd consecutive title. But the Panthers and the Falcons, they sort of are sniffing that Saints blood, and they're chomping at the bit to take that division. There's 3 things to factor into the Falcons and the Panthers, both falling to 7-9 last year, and allowing the Saints to sort of run away with the division. And those 3 things are injuries, injuries, and injuries. We're going to presume that both teams are going to stay healthy and make this a much tighter race. But when it's all said and done, I see the New Orleans Saints and Drew Brees taking this division yet again at a 13-3 record, followed by the Carolina Panthers at 8-8, the Atlanta Falcons at 8-8, and at the bottom, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 3-13. Now on to the NFC East. How about them Cowboys? The NFC East, in line with its recent history, was the NFL's toughest and tightest division last season. The Cowboys at 10-6 edged out the Eagles at 9-7 to take back that division title, while the Redskins were at 7-9. The Giants at 5-11 remained somewhat competitive. Dallas 3 seasons ago went 13-3, and Philadelphia, let's not forget, is only 2 years removed from a Super Bowl victory. Those two teams will look to maintain their momentum as NFC playoff teams and conference championship contenders, while Washington and the G-Men work to catch up after drafting quarterbacks of the first round of this year's draft. So I predict the Cowboys will take this division at 12-4, the Eagles at 11-5, the G-Men at 4-12, and the Skins get no respect from me. Yeah, I see you, Coach. No respect. You want it, you earn it. The Skins, I predict, at 4-12. Bitch. I still love you, bro. That's my assistant commissioner I'm talking to. They're going to finish last in the division, the Skins are. And now on to the NFC West. In many ways, NFC West in 2019 featured new wrinkles that will reshape the division standings as the season progresses this year. The most notable are the quarterback developments in San Francisco and Arizona. Two bottom-feeding teams from a year ago that have reasons for optimism centered around these passes. But at the same time, the NFC West this year could be more of the same as last year. The Rams, winners of the division in the last 2 seasons, remain loaded in the wake of their Super Bowl run. And at the risk of being overly simplistic, as long as the Seahawks have Russell Wilson making plays at a Pro Bowl level, Seattle will always be a contender. The 2 key wild cards in the NFC West are the aforementioned 49ers and Cardinal offenses. Jimmy Garoppolo and Kyler Murray both crack the top tiers of most quarterback lists, and they have most to prove this upcoming season. Their success or failures, combined with the staying power of the Rams and the Seahawks, will define this division going into the season. What's my prediction, you ask? I predict the Rams take the division title again with an 11-5 record, followed by the Seahawks at 8-8 and the 49ers at 8-8 and the Cardinals at 3-13. There you have it. Those are my division winners. Yeah, buddy. Okay. I know what you're asking. You're asking, hey, Mr. Wise Commissioner, who's going to win the Super Bowl then, if you're so smart? To that, I'll say to you, young Padawan, I'll answer that episode in episode 2 of Aroung the RFL.